There are royal moments that feel carefully staged, and then there are the ones that feel unexpectedly real. And this time it was both. Because as Princess Charlotte marked her 11th birthday, a newly released portrait and an accompanying video captured something fans don't often get to see. Not just a future royal, but a child growing up in front of the world. The image, shared by Prince William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, shows Charlotte smiling brightly, her expression relaxed and confident. Dressed simply, without heavy styling or formal elements, the portrait reflects a modern royal approach, one that prioritizes authenticity over tradition. And that's exactly why people connected with it. Because it didn't feel distant. It felt familiar. But it wasn't just the photo that caught attention. It was the video. A short clip released alongside the portrait gave a glimpse into Charlotte's personality in motion, laughing, interacting naturally, and showing a side that still feels rare for members of the royal family. And in just a few seconds, it told a bigger story. Because over the years, royal birthday portraits have followed a certain pattern, posed, polished, and carefully controlled. But this latest release signals something slightly different. A shift toward openness, toward relatability, toward showing not just who these young royals are expected to become, but who they already are. Princess Charlotte, now 11, stands at an interesting point in her life. As the second child of the Prince and Princess of Wales and third in line to the throne, her role carries both visibility and expectation. But moments like this remind people that behind those titles, there's still childhood. The portrait itself reflects that balance. Charlotte appears composed but not formal, confident but still playful. Her smile isn't reserved, it's genuine, almost effortless. And that detail matters. Because in a world where royal images are often interpreted as symbols, even the smallest expressions can shape public perception. But that's not the whole story. Because this moment also highlights how the royal family, particularly William and Catherine, are choosing to present their children to the world. Unlike previous generations where royal children were rarely seen outside official events, this approach allows for controlled glimpses into their lives. Not too much, but just enough to create connection. And that balance is intentional. Over the years, both Prince William and Catherine have emphasized the importance of giving their children as normal a childhood as possible, despite their public roles. From school routines to family outings, they've tried to maintain a sense of stability. And moments like this portrait reflect that effort. It doesn't feel like a royal announcement. It feels like a family sharing a memory. At the same time, there's no ignoring the significance of Charlotte's position. As she grows older, her public presence will likely increase, and moments like these will become more meaningful. Because each image becomes part of a larger narrative. A record of growth. A timeline of a future shaped by both tradition and change. Social media reactions to the portrait and video were immediate and overwhelmingly positive. Many praised Charlotte's confidence and natural charm, while others noted how much she resembles both her parents. Some pointed out her poise, suggesting that she already carries a sense of quiet confidence often associated with senior royals. Others focused on something simpler. Her happiness. And that reaction says a lot. Because in the end, what resonated most wasn't her title or her position. It was her expression. Her energy. The sense that she was enjoying the moment. There's also a deeper layer to this. Because royal portraits are never just images. They're messages. They communicate how the family wants to be seen. What they want to emphasize. What they want to share. And this portrait sends a clear message. That the next generation of royals will be different. More open. More relatable. More connected to the public in ways that previous generations weren't. But even within that shift, there's still structure. Still privacy. Still boundaries. Because while this moment feels personal, it's also carefully chosen. A reminder that even the most natural-looking glimpses are part of a larger balance between public life and private reality. As Princess Charlotte celebrates her 11th birthday, this portrait and video mark more than just another year. They capture a transition from early childhood to something more defined. And while the future will bring more responsibilities, more expectations, and more visibility, for now this moment remains simple. A smile, a laugh, a brief glimpse into a life that is both ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. Because sometimes the most powerful royal moments aren't the grand ceremonies or historic speeches. They're the quiet ones, the ones that show growth, personality, and humanity. And this was one of those moments.